Yo yo, yo 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 yo. Yo yo. All right, we'll be here for probably like 2 hours, maybe. What are we at now? 8:25. Yeah, maybe 2 hours. Yo yo. No, I'm still doing the exact same thing. Exact same thing. I got these new like. Ivana purchased these. You can't see them. Maybe I'll show you. They were off of Amazon. They're like armchair cushions. Even though I already have a cushion, even though it's not like a good one, it's like the Secret Labs like hard rubber arm rest. And these were like $15 on Amazon. And they're pretty damn good. Like, I'm surprised this company just doesn't give you these in general, especially when you pay $500 for a chair. It's pretty nice. It makes it like really, really comfortable too. I don't really have to move anything. What if I go lower? That's weird. So weird. Well, bro, because it's not even a real question. You're just trolling. You just type random shit that you want answers to that you don't care about. If you had a legitimate question, maybe I'd want to answer it. You type random shit 24/7. You ask fake questions that you don't care about, and then you get mad that I don't answer the questions that you don't care about. Brother. What is bro on about? The fuck is wrong with the camera? Is the light drowning it out? What is this? The fuck? Ew. What is this? There's like sticky shit on my desk. Hang on. Fuck. What is that? Ew. No, that's not glue. Get in the gyro bomber. It's time to go. Is it really? Nobody builds gyro bombers. They suck ass. What's wrong with the screen? Is my eyes just... Are my eyes bad? Is it me or is it all blurry? What the fuck? I'm good, brother. Thank you. I think I'm going blind. The sharpness. Jesus. Anyways. Gotta piece things out. Let's So that's there. The next part is the back piece. The front. Okay. The ancestor face. Oh. Sure. Okay, that one goes there. Sure. Sure. A layer of granite. I don't know. Look at, you can see the camera is like, look at that. Look at my hand, bro. It looks like a fucking desert. I gotta see what this looks like through Twitch. Never use a webcam for an actual camera. This shit is ass. Surprised webcams even work. I suppose you just don't even move. So, like, the way it views you, it never goes out of frame. Let me see. Let me throw a bunch of shit on screen. What does this look like? I can't even... Is this 1080p? Look at... Isn't it so grainy? That's weird. Why is it so grainy? I'm moving the camera around. Or not the camera, but I'm moving something around. It becomes, like, terrible. Ooh. That's odd. I wonder what that could be, though. Let me see. Maybe it's the sharpness default. Try again. No, that's weird. Low light compensation. Yeah, I'm good. Exposure, focus. Very bizarre. Anyways. It's the same stuff as before. Same exact stuff. Okay. Let's do this. Weird. I can't tell. I'm just going to do stuff, and then I got to go in about 2 hours, so fuck it. It's good enough. I don't think it's a bitrate problem, because my internet's really, really good, and all my settings are really, really high. Maybe it's a PC issue. Maybe it's a Twitch issue. I don't know. It's something. Something that I don't have control over, unfortunately. Such is life. this thing, this light. Is that better? Maybe I could just put it over the camera. Like that? Is that good? Yeah, I don't really have a studio. I don't really know how to do shit like this, unfortunately. I just kind of have something and I roll with it. I figured one light would be enough, and then I tried two, and I'm like, man, two is just way better. Although typically one behind me is good. No, this is fantasy. It's a gyrocopter. Slow but sure gyrocopter that takes fucking forever to do. These are all the little bits that go on it. All the little adornments. Detail. I kind of want to sell all of my 40K stuff. I just don't do it. There's no heart behind 40K with me. I know for a fact I want to sell all my orcs. And I'm a little hesitant to sell like 2 things from the army because they're so rare. But maybe I can part with all of it if the price is good. I just don't have time, and I don't want to pursue orcs. Oh, $10. Yes. Thank you. That's 2 days in a row of $10 donations. God bless you. Thank you so much. We're good. We're chilling. We have to go back soon to that place that shall not be named, but at least we get to see Mochi, which is good. I miss Mochi. I miss the little booger. Thank you. Yeah, my thumb is fine. I mean, you can kind of... It's healing. I miss Baby Moch. Baby Mochi. We haven't seen him in like 2 weeks, but we've been very busy in these 2 weeks, so it's very good. Like, I don't mind missing him for a little bit if we can get some stuff done here. Because he's going to have to come back with us. And he needs a little bit of space. He's kind of a wild beast. He's a little bit of a wild beast. He is. I gotta move this down. Can I not move this down further? Let's see. Yo. No, I'm not going to play Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate is like Twitter original character creation. You got like pink-haired dwarves and shit running around. It's like, yay. Like, I know the game is good, but I can't fuck with that. I know it's up to you, but like, it's just, I don't want to play Baldur's Gate. Games like that don't really excite me, and it's weird because like there's so much to do. But I just think the D&D setting is not for me, because every time I see a setting that's like fantasy involved, I just think of Warhammer Fantasy, and I'm like, I'd rather be doing Warhammer Fantasy related things, you know? It's almost like play this because you don't have a fantasy version of it, is kind of how my thinking is. I don't even know how to pronounce this. Ketterman Mott-Strawman? I don't know. It's about a guy troll killing Christians or something. I don't know. It's Trollfest. I can't pronounce Norwegian things. It just doesn't work. Explain Bilgewater terms. What does that even mean? What are the Bilgewater terms? Terms of use? Terms of service? I know you could do that. It's just not for me. I own the game. I've played it. I just don't want to play it. I don't want to play it again. It's like instead of playing Baldur's Gate, I could be physically hobbying with this. You know what I mean? Hang on. Let me open the window. Why would I want to play a video game when I can do this in my free time? Which is the same thing as Baldur's Gate, except physical. It's physical Baldur's Gate. And to me, physical Baldur's Gate... Well, I guess that's just D&D now. Alright? That's just D&D. Yo. This is like Baldur's Gate without the roleplay. Yeah, it's expensive. Shit like this is very expensive. Well, I mean, I'd rather play physical hobbying than play, or physical gaming than play like Baldur's Gate. It's like, what would you rather do? Play Warhammer Total War or play in person Warhammer Fantasy? If you had the option, you'd totally do the fucking in-person stuff, but like, to get to that point is not one day. It does take a little while to kind of get anywhere with that, with the hobby. Like, this is definitely not a one night, learn something and play the next day. Build something and play the next day unless you've got like a whole army already amassed. Okay, that's done. What's next? Done. This is the gyro bomber. Like, this is just straight up the gyro bomber. So the gyrocopter are the 2 fins, and then the steam gun or the brimstone. So the front piece. I have to, like, move this shit out. What am I missing here? Why is this? Oh, the housing has to go on it too. Yeah. So once the housing is on. Okay. So there's the housing. I need the front piece, which is this. Now I need the steam gun, which is this. Then I need the 2 these. Now I need both bombs. Did I even clean up the bombs? There's 1 bomb. There's 1 bomb. Where is the other bomb? Where is the bomb? There it is. The bombs are in. And then these 2 engine bits. The engine can actually be its own thing. I just want to make sure I have all the parts before I actually glue something, so I don't screw myself over. Okay, the engine is this. And this. And then we get the tail bit, which is this. And we get... Where the fuck is that little thing? This thing. This thing. This thing. Then I think it's... this circle bit. This is also part of the engine. This thing. What the fuck? This thing, this thing. Now the propeller. Where's this? Hey. 23, 22, 3, 2. Okay, 23, 22. This one as well. This thing. This thing. These 3. This one. God's sake! The shield. Holy fuck. This thing actually does have kind of, there's a lot of parts in this motherfucker. This thing. These 3 things. Huh. Interesting. I think that's it. And then the base bit. Assemble and paint. Well, once I can figure out what to actually glue and what not to glue, then yeah. Question is, do I want to put this little bit on? It's like a... And this is just going to sit on a shelf. I'm not even going to... I'm not going to play with this thing. Like in-game. I think that's just it. I think that's all I want to do. I think that is correct. These two parts don't go here. Well, I mean, there's two different variations of this. You've got like the smaller version and then the one with like the big bombs. This thing's a piece of shit though. I don't know if the gyro bomber is used in games or even the gyrocopter because they're both kind of shite. In Total War, one of them is good. But that's Total War. That's not tabletop. It's different. It's a little bit different. Okay, so that wouldn't work. No, this is not the new camera. I haven't bought the new camera yet because I'm not here enough. It's going to be in like maybe June, July. I should be able to figure out what camera because we're going to be here consistently and I can kind of like stream on this channel every day. But the goal for the camera, so this is what I'm using right now. It's a little dinky shit webcam. We're going to be buying a DSLR camera. I'm most likely going to be bolting it to the wall high up near the ceiling. And it's going to kind of like drape over. It's going to drape over the setup and then come down like this. I don't know where else to put it. DSLRs are pretty fucking big. It'll be nice to not have like 50 arms on this table because I have the mic arm, the camera arm, 2 light arms. I could probably take away one of the lights. The camera arm's gone. It'll be way better. And the quality won't be dog shit. So... yeah. When I get more time and I'm able to be here indefinitely, then, yeah, we're going to get the setup going. Okay, I think that's it for the gyrocopter. I think that's 100% it for all the pieces. Outside of the base, this thing, what's this? Oh. Wait. Where does this go? Arms. I can't tell if this is like... Is this the exact same thing? Oh, it is the exact same thing. It's just slightly modified for the kit. Okay, makes sense. Okay. There. Done. Yeah, I'm going to put it together. I just want to see what I want to glue first. It's probably going to be the pilot's head to the body. Because there's no point in gluing this head separate. Like, you just don't need to. So that needs to be separate. Or rather, together. These arms should probably be separate. Yeah, we could start with this. Okay. Just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. think it should be good. My only problem is every time I glue something down, I'm like, fuck, I should have cleaned it a bit more. And it's not that I can't do it when it's glued, but like sometimes there's certain spots that are just so fucked up. And knowing how my brain works, I'm just going to think about it too much, which is always a problem. Like this right here. Yo, 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 yo. Looking nice, brother. Is it really? I'm just following the instructions. GW does know how to release a kit. Okay, I think I can glue it. I think we're good. This head is like eerily similar to the older squats. The way back when Space Dwarves. Kind of looks very similar. Oh, no. Okay. I think my brain needs to just glue this thing and be done. All right. Yes. Let's see if this thing's even going to glue properly. Okay. This fucking GW thing is so ass. It's super ass. Super, super ass. Can't even tell if it's going to come out. These things are always clogged. And then when you want to use them, it just doesn't work. Oh, it's working. Thank God. Slow but sure. Artorius, yo, buddy. Thank you, man. Can't tell if I, No, it needs to be a bit more. There we go. A little bit more. Good. A Dowie pilot with no arms. Where's his fucking arms? Where's his neck? Bro's missing a neck and missing arms, and he's dwarf-splaining. Okay. One done. They really want me to glue the arms on. Really? Fuck no, I ain't gluing the arms on. They want you to attach... That's so weird. A lot of this is very, like, you won't even see half this shit when you build it. So it begs the question, does it need it? Like, this is supposed to be glued together. How the fuck would you ever get in here if you didn't, like... the fuck? Could probably glue this into here and be fine with that. What about this? So this has to go like this. But this has to go around this thing. And then in the front of this thing, you also have the gun. Ay, 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 bro. Ay, ay, ay. I feel like if you aren't going to be painting this thing anytime soon, building it is probably pointless. Yeah, they're standing. Yeah. Kind of weird now. Like, they want you to... I mean... Typically, if you can't paint something, leave it black. But won't be able to paint this thing for a while, because I won't even be here for a while. It's supposed to be like this, and then he stands in there. How the fuck will... Like, you'd never paint this. You would never, ever paint this in your lifetime. That's how it goes together. And then you have the whole engine bit out the back. Like the propellers and whatnot on top. It's cool. It's very dinky, as it should be, right? It's like a little scout vehicle. I like it. I just wish I could assemble more of it. And I think what I'll be doing... Well, maybe what I could do... If I added the little wings... There's a step here that they want you to add wings. If I were to glue the wings on right now, it wouldn't be a problem. I believe. I just want to make sure before I lose my mind. Look at these things. Spray paint that shit and move on. Yeah, ideally. Yeah, I think actually gluing this on would be totally fine, so I think I'll do that. I just want to make sure when I do it that I'm not fucking it up, and then the little bomb kind of sits like this. Look at that, bro, you got a bomb. Cool. A little dowie bomb. Yeah, I could do that. Okay. I can even glue the steam gun into the front bit. Okay. So these will be glued in right now then. I just want to make sure everything is clean. I've had multiple growing up, but right now I've only got Votan. And it's not even done. My hobbying is very fucking slow. Well, I mean, they're not like... That's not the main gun. They're more of like... It has bombs as well type of deal. Like this... The gyrocopter is more of the main gun, whereas the gyro bomber kind of has the bombs. Like, those are just little dinky nothing bombs. But again, it's like, who the hell's gonna ever... Who's ever gonna run a gyro bomber? I want to build a gyro bomber. When I play the game, maybe not run it. It's not very good. Probably. I don't think there are that many. I have no idea because the, like, they're in Age of Sigmar and they're also in the old world, so like Warhammer Fantasy, when it made its return. They're not that much. For a model that's pretty impressive, in terms of like how you build it, it's not that much in points. Like, I don't think they really pull their weight, you know? Could be wrong. Oh, look, it's a helicopter. Bro, when are you going to play TF support or even Graves support? That shit is good. You got to play Graves support. Once you've played full AP Graves support, you won't want to go back to anything else because it's so fucking fun. Dude, I was playing that shit in Masters, though, and GM. It's so fun. You don't get it. Once you've tasted AP Graves support and you've won games with it, I'm not kidding, you will love it. It's not even trash to the point where you can't, like, win. You can win so many bot lanes. Give it with, like, Jhin, give it Varus, give it anything that has poke. It's so fun. It's like one of the most bizarre picks in the game that's somehow relevant. It's like, if you play Xerath or any poke mage, it's that, but it's shittier, but more fun. Yeah, okay, bro. I mean, the thing about League is that the thought of things are typically worse than how they actually perform. That's the problem with League. People are just fucking losers. They don't get it. They don't try anything different. They all stick to what Reddit says and what the pros do because they're not interesting, unique individuals who actually can think for a second in their miserable lives. It's true. Like, you can literally make anything work in solo queue. It's not like your life's on the line. It's just a matter of playing it and trying it, and if you win, well, you're good to go. Fizz support? Nah, I think Fizz support's kind of shit, bro. What do you have to offer with Fizz support? Like, the only relevancy is probably kill laning. Take Ignite, go Electrocute, get kills early, or, like, completely be useless. Maybe at level 6, spam ult. We're good, we're good. I just realized there's a big fucking mold line in the middle of this thing. Good God. I hate that my eyes care about this mold line, or any mold line for that matter. There's so many people who build minis without even fucking scraping a single mold line. I'm pretty sure a golden demon winner had mold lines very present on their gold piece, which is kind of insane, but the paint's what makes it. No, this is just the gyrocopter. I mean, it was supposed to be for, like, AOS at some point, but this is now just going to sit on my shelf. This is not really going to be used in any way. It's just kind of like a one-off. I think I just want to go back and build at least one of everything. Just for fun. And then eventually have an army made. Because I had realized, like, growing up I would build armies and finish units in a day and, you know, paint things over a weekend just to play the game. But now that I'm older, I prefer the artsy side of it instead of, like, the gaming side of it, you know? So I'm just going to try and build one of everything. Well, I can't really see. I'm just... I got no finger hairs. Well, I do. I have a few. Never mind. My hands are like undeveloped fetus hands. Yeah. I mean, it's also just nice to have shit on your shelf that you've done. I haven't had that in years. I've only finished 2 miniatures in the last, like, year and a half, 2 years. Like, I don't have much time to do this shit. Not like I used to. At least right now. Soon enough I will, but right now, no. No time. Absolutely no time. Yeah, I do. But right now I've got, like, actual display pieces in there. Not finished things that I've done, but, like, collectible things. I need to redo my collection display. Because I have more things displayed than I do that I've finished. Does that make sense? Yeah. Well, exactly, right? Like, Kill Team's kind of a one-off. It's for fun. You build a small squad of guys and you play with that, and that's cool. I think at one point I wanted to do a kill team of guardsmen, and I was going to make them like the Colonial Marines from Aliens. So what I ended up doing was I 3D modeled the shoulder lamps, like the shoulder... If you know Aliens, they've got the shoulder flashlights. And I made it perfectly fit their armor, so it looked like it was part of their kit. That shit was so cool, but I could never finish it. Again, no time, nothing, moved on to a different thing. Kill Team is cool. It definitely offers more in terms of, like, modeling and just doing something for fun. Yeah. Well, because it's the idea of, can you commit to a project and see it through without getting bored? And it's not that I find the hobby bored. Like, it's not that I find the hobby boring. It's just I find too many things cool. That's my issue. It's like, oh yeah, this is a great idea, and then the next day I think of something even cooler, and I'm like, I want to work on that instead of what I'm doing right now. It's a problem. You do need to kind of commit to something, and I think once you've gotten to a certain point in the project, it's like, all hands finish it. Try to make some Sisters of Battle with a Khorne theme like they had Fallen to Chaos. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I think I've seen people do that with, like, the more degenerate Chaos Gods. Well, right now with the dwarves, I just want to build shit. I'm not doing the 3D printed stuff right now, no. I've packed up my 3D printing stuff and I've, like, thrown away a lot of crap. I just can't do it. Like, my kitchen turned into a meth house or a meth lab when everything was set up. It was really, really bad. Because when it comes to 3D printing, you do kind of need a dedicated space, and if you don't have one, it's going to be really bad. Oh, fuck. Let's see if this works better. Favorite model that I've put together and painted? I mean, from recently, let's just say this guy. Like a little dwarf warrior. I think that's about it, honestly. That's the latest thing I did, and that was like last year. I haven't had time. No time. Well, the goal would be to do more, yeah. When I can sit down on this stream daily and get something done, yeah. I think I'm more inclined to just build a bunch of stuff first and then figure out what I want to paint eventually. Like, right now, I just want to build the gyrocopter, put it in the case, look at it, be able to paint it, and then maybe start working on some of the individual things like the lords. Just a generic standard kit. No crazy conversions, nothing. I just want to be able to look at something that I've done, because it's been so long since I've done that. Like, the Dwarf Warrior. This Dwarf Warrior was the first thing I've painted in years, outside of maybe this guy, which is also just a Dwarf Warrior for fun. As a kid, you breeze through this shit. You're like, fucking slap paint on it, done. Put it in a pile. You're finished. Go play with it. But I don't always get to work on Warhammer, so... As a kid, it's like you come home from school and you've got nothing to worry about. You can do anything you want. You don't even have work. You got no chores. You got nothing. Yeah, go for it, man. Pretty sure those are like, what, the best deals you can get on minis anyways? Like, in terms of price, the combat patrols typically give you the best bang for your buck. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah. I don't really buy those box sets. There's nothing for me in them. I had seen the recent, like, orc box set where you get a Stompa and you get a bunch of, like, boys and shit like that, but... It's like, what am I going to do with that? Same thing with the Votan ones. It's like, what do I do? I don't need it. Peace, bro. I guess deals are always good. I'm just waiting for the Old World Dwarf release so I can buy, like, the dice. Bro, they're going to come out with, like, official dwarf art for sale as well. Ay, I might cop some of that. I think in terms of, like, Games Workshop, I'm more interested... Like, I love the minis, but the weird merchandise they do is very appealing. I don't know why. It's very odd. It's like a niche within a niche. Warhammer was pretty niche for a while, and its merchandise was even weirder. Now that Warhammer's kind of in, like, the main, you know, the mainstream, you get so much more shit. I've got all the Gotrek models, yeah. I'm more after, like... They made a Gotrek statue way back when, and I think I saw one on eBay for like $100. It's like a little resin... I think it's like that big. It's a resin statue of Gotrek with a decapitated dragon head, and he's pointing. He's like pointing at you saying like, you're next. And I've tried to look for that thing for ages. That's what I want, Gotrek. Everything else, like the minis, I have them. Yeah, we're going to be here a little bit, though, so no worries, bro. I'm just scraping plastic. Scraping plastic. Trying to glue stuff because we're eventually going to... I showed it a few times. It's in the last VOD. It's Beasts of England. Go back. Go into the last VOD and scroll through until you see me wear gloves, and you'll see what it is. I can't go get it again because it's like in a display case and everything, and I'd have to wear gloves to even touch it. Yeah, this is a gyrocopter. Standard, generic gyro. I'm not doing the gyro bomber. So I think I just glue these in, and we're good. Well, they've got better things than helicopters, I'll tell you that. It's pretty cool. Yeah, the gyrocopter is a little weird to build. I'm trying to, like, piece it out in terms of how to put it together. It's a bit funky. Like, the engine is kind of a lot of parts. Same thing with the blades and everything. It's very funky. But it looks cool as shit. Because it's like you've got a helicopter flying around a battlefield, and you've got like a bunch of shit-slinging fucking orcs. You know? Like, it's pretty crazy looking. Orcs are still trying to figure out how to fucking put 1 and 2 together. And the dwarves are trying to figure out how to fucking build a tank. Make the tank even better. I mean, I haven't seen much of it yet. I'm going to wait till they release more info that I care about. Like, Alawi being in the game, that's a good start. The fact that it's a tag fighter is pretty fucking ass. Yeah, well, I'm hoping when the dwarves get re-released, I mean, we're going to get new kits, probably new heroes. That seems to be the reoccurring theme. I'm thinking new shield bearers. I think a lot of people are also thinking new shield bearers, but we'll see. It's one person controlling two people. Pretty sure they might even offer like 2 versus 2, so one person controls one person, 4 players, 4 champs, which I think is more fun than one person controlling 2. Okay, I think this just gets glued in now. And I think we're gooch. Cool. I traditionally prefer, like, single fighters. Like, regular, you know, one-on-one type of deal. So that's the one reason I'm not really too hyped about the game. It's just because I don't care about having 2 people at once on one team. I think in terms of, like, you could have it look lore-friendly, that's what I'm more interested in, because it'd be fun as fuck to have, like, Braum Alawi, Gangplank Alawi, shit like that. You know, I think that'd be cool. But in terms of gameplay, I absolutely don't care. No, I'm going to freestyle the paint and do whatever. You typically want to anyways. I mean, when you're building something like this, you want to make it... Like, you want to build it properly. But when it comes to painting it, you could do anything. Does it look even worse now? Here. You know why? It's because I've put the sharpness. How's that? Better? Yeah, look way better. Yeah. See? Oh, there. Either way, it's going to look bad. It's a fucking webcam. It's a poo-poo webcam. Well, this is just a chill stream. We do whatever here. Doesn't have to be anything crazy. The fuck? No, that was me. That was indeed me. I gotta fucking mute those weird-ass alerts. They're so annoying. Cool. This is Lightworker Devin Townsend. It's the whole album. Yo. It's pretty expensive. I mean, it's... You know, I would say I would say it was expensive, or as expensive as, like, purchasing a fucking console or something, but I've seen the latest console prices. They want, like, $800 for a fucking PlayStation. What an absolute waste. Or you can spend $200 to start Warhammer, and then most definitely spend over $800 if you end up liking it. So I guess there's that. Yeah. The new PlayStation and the Xbox and all that shit, they want upwards of like $1,000 fucking dollars Canadian. What an absolute shit show. To me, that's a bit crazy. Like, I'll fork out the money for Warhammer, but like a console? Well, that's the conversion. Do the conversion, right? Okay. The fuck's the glue? USD on my PC was 3,000. Love the Australian currency. Yeah, my PC was like 2 to 3 grand. But then again, I mean, I use it for like streaming and everything. This PC that I'm on currently is a fucking office job, generic, throwaway, nothing. But the main PC is really good. Metal Gear Solid. I never really understood. Let me ask you this. Would you guys ever buy a console for exclusives? I feel like that's the biggest fucking scam in history. Because you buy a console that's like upwards of $1,000 to play 1 or 2 games because you're so hyped to do it, but then after it's done, it's like, well, what do I do now? Because everything I can do is just... Everything I can play on a console, I can play on PC. If it's a shit ton of games, different story. But like... if you want to play on PC, or rather console with, like, I don't know, Uncharted, like, how many Uncharteds are you going to get? 3? 2? I feel like the only thing keeping consoles alive is the fact that the PC doesn't get all the games. That's basically it. I used to think Xbox Master Race, like, greatest fucking console ever, can't top it. And then I got a computer, and I'm like, man, what's the point? What's the point of buying an Xbox? Going online became a subscription. Yeah, I mean, you typically have to pay to play on consoles. What, you want food? What? Food? Yeah, soon. 20 minutes. Okay, 15 minutes. Yeah, 15 minutes, okay? 15 minutes. In 15 minutes, I gotta go. 15 minutes, female. 15. Consoles are easier to get your hands on as a kid. That's true, but I feel like, why would you want to... I guess as a child, you don't really know. As a young kid. I know someone who still plays on console, but, like, once you've had a PC, there's no point in looking at a console. In my opinion. She's good. Emulation makes games look gorgeous. I hated that Switch just bought the emulator. Yeah. I mean, emulation's not always, like, the most legit thing to do, but you just want to play games. I get it. People just want to play games. Oh, yeah. Like, IRL, you need consoles for sure. I'd even say, like, you know, fighting games and whatnot, where you have a console set up and you're both playing. Yeah, that's pretty convenient. I'm just so done with console. You know, the only thing I'd use a console for, unironically, is maybe just watching Blu-rays. Like, I went through my living room, and I had a whole TV set up with, like, DVDs and Blu-rays, because at the time I was watching them. That shit had, like, 13 inches of dust on it. And I pulled them all out, and I'm like, what the fuck do I play these on? And I've had, like, a PlayStation sit in my garage for fucking, I don't know how many years. Plug that bitch back in, watch Blu-rays, because, I mean, you could theoretically watch anything you want online for free if you go to those scuff sites, which I don't do. But it reminded me, because, like, I had wanted to watch a movie on TV, or rather on the TV, and I was trying to look for it, because, like, sometimes it's on Prime or, like, Disney Plus or anything that you're subscribed to, and it wasn't there. So I went to YouTube, and I was looking up the video. I'm like, okay, somebody must have uploaded this bitch to YouTube for free. I get to watch it, whatever. YouTube is trying to sell it as a rental for $25. The movie is $1. Like, people get rid of them. People don't keep DVDs. So if you had the $1 DVD, great. Or you pay $25 to watch it. Yeah, it's horrible. Horrible. Funnily enough, I have the DVD in the living room. It's like, where does that money even go? Yeah, I mean, VPNs are good for that stuff too. People collect DVDs. I don't really... I've never collected DVDs or steelbooks or any of that shit. The saddest fucking thing is the collector's editions for games. Because they will literally sell you a steelbook with no disc. Who the fuck wants that? In today's gaming industry, everything is a code. It's all digital. Collector's editions of games will sell you, in the collector's edition, an empty steelbook where the disc should be. Who in their right mind wants that? They give you the steelbook and they give you the standard case. What are you, like, I'm a collector, bro, but that's, like, sad. There's nothing in them. Yeah, that's terrible. That's so trash. Gaming is so trash. Like, that's why, if I'm going to buy anything with money, it'll be tangible, I can fucking see what I'm getting. Usually. Like, the whole point of them going to codes and there's no more manuals and all that shit. Physical gaming is so dead. Collecting, like, collector's editions sometimes, but, ugh. Well, I'm leaving in a few minutes. I think I've got, 10 more minutes here. I gotta go. It's like they force you to get the standard edition, and then the collector's edition is also an option. I don't know, man. I don't think... when's the last time I've even bought a fucking gaming collector's edition? Oh, you know what it was? It was the Ruin King. The Ruin King collector's edition was the last one I purchased, and I think it was about $150 to $200. And I was looking through it, and this is what they sold you. No physical game, because whatever console you purchased the collector's edition with, they gave you a code for that console. It gave you a print of Gangplank and Alawi, a really nice vinyl, a drop-shipped fucking, Chinese drinking mug that looked like a barrel that had the Ruin King logo slapped onto it, a scuffed Bilgewater Gold Kraken that wasn't nearly as good as the one that was released for free 10 years ago during Burning Tides, and a map, and I think that's it. You get a vinyl with it, yeah. I don't know, man. Collector's editions of games are just weird. Super Ultra Mega Pre-Order Edition Deluxe for fucking $150. I mean, sometimes they're cool. If you're a big Space Marine fan, you're probably going to want to get, the large Collector's Edition Space Marine 2 game when it comes out with, the half statue of Titus killing a bunch of, Tyranids. You'll probably want that if you love Space Marines, but if not, no one's going to buy it. Then again, everyone loves Space Marines, so, Well, they still do that. They still give you this statue and the art book and all that crap, but I think what's missing is, the heart of the game. The heart of physical gaming is gone because you don't get the disc, you don't get the manual, you get a bunch of things that... I don't know. Collector's editions of games are typically cheap. All the supposed statues you get with the collector's editions, they tote them as oh my god, super high quality resin, fully detailed, hand painted in a factory in China. Then again, everything's manufactured in China, hand painted by 60 people on a fucking conveyor belt. But they always say, "Oh, this thing's amazing. It's beautiful." And then you get it, and it's as light as a feather, hollow. The paint's all right, but the quality, bro, $200. They're garbage. I know they're garbage quality, but that's the thing. They always tote them as they're not. There was a collector's edition of an Assassin's Creed game. I think it was Assassin's Creed Mirage, and they wanted over $1,000 for the collector's edition. But when you look at it, it's the game and a few other things. And then they sell you a high-end statue and just throw it in the bundle. You're not even getting, the collector's edition statue that's typical for, a $200 edition. They're just selling you a high-end statue. That shit don't even count. Some of these things are weird. Devil May Cry had jackets. Yeah, there was also one with Resident Evil 4, right? Where you get Leon's jacket for, $1,000. It's very weird. I mean, hardcore people bought it. Fuck, if they released a a dwarf collector's edition with like fucking Thorgrim's, I don't know, titty ring, I'd buy it. Better be metal. They're preying on people who can't control their urges. Nah, I mean, they want to give like the hardcore fans something to look forward to, but the quality is just crap. The quality is usually garbage. No, I like the Leagues of Votann. I just don't think they're my favorite. They're cool. I don't want to sound like a hipster, but I think I prefer the Rogue Trader squats over them, personally. Maybe I'm just a weird kid. Well, Votann are very 40k. They're like humans in disguise as dwarves. You know what I mean? They're not true dwarves. The Votann are missing lore. They're missing the dwarven... Like, when people think of space dwarves, they always think of the big beards and the dwarven architecture, and everything is very stylized and personal. But the Votann are very... Like, I mean, they're a technologically advanced race of people who were put into a situation where you had to kind of evolve to kind of meet, you know, your environment. Like, they're not true dwarves. They're not true beings. They were created through kind of like necessity, I suppose, right? Like with their technology and cloning and all this shit, just to be able to live up there. I don't know. I get like an ick with them, but they're cool. I think they're all right. Like, there are things I would do differently, just because I love classic dwarves so much. So when I look at the Votann and I see some of them without beards, it's just really ugly. Like, if you have a dwarf without a beard, is it even a dwarf? Because the Votann kind of break the stereotype of, like, you need a big nose, a big beard, a big gut. You got to be short. You got to be miserable. Like, there's some of that, but not all of it, you know? It's really ugly to see a Votann head without facial hair. It doesn't look normal. They're like short people. Short, stocky people, but they're not like true dwarves. Which, again, they never were in 40k. Like, even the original squats were the exact same thing. They were just people who... Like, people who went out into the deepest parts of space and tried to, like, colonize different planets and shit, right? Like, I'm not too familiar with 40k lore, but I think it was something like that. And they were all stunted by their environment and whatnot. Because, like, how would you have a race of beings like dwarves exist in 40k? A completely different race, right? Everything is kind of an offshoot. They're all abhuman. They're all part of humanity, but more of mutations, right? Like the Ratlings, the Ogrins, the Squats. How would you make them their own race that look human, but are... Like, their genetic makeup is completely different. Because that's what it is with dwarves in fantasy, right? They're born a dwarf, they die a dwarf. They're not born in a fucking cloning vat where... You know, they're given all these genetics and, oh my god, my bones are stronger, my fucking dick is shorter, my beard is non-existent, oh, I can go work in the Chthonian mines and all this stuff. Like, they're genetically bred to do things. It's very 40k, but it's not my favorite. Yeah. I mean, it's 40k, though, right? Like, you can't really... I think at the end of the day, what they did with the Votann was what they should have done. Because who wants... Well, I would love it. Who wants a dwarf in space? born a dwarf, die a dwarf, a completely different race than humans, right? I don't think it would really work. Because then what are the Eldar? Well, are the Eldar like a 1-to-1 from elves at this point? I guess they would be, eh? I don't know. I think it was the right move, obviously. My plans for retirement are to just die. I think that's the easiest way to go about it. Like, at that point, who cares? You're done. Life is shitty, bro. Life is short. You know, life is, I feel like a lot of people don't understand that life is, kind of a blip. Like, having thought about my uncle who had passed, you know, you live like 50, 60 years, 40 years, fuck, sometimes less, and then you're dead. It's over. In a heartbeat, it could be done. Like, I don't think, as someone who's 27, I can fathom, like, dying. I can't understand it, but having seen my uncle just immediately pass away, it's just that simple. Like, anyways, it's weird. You just got to make the most of what you have and the time you've got, because you don't know how much time you have, right? Life is very odd. I have 34 years old, lol. I feel more... Well, I'm 27 myself. I'm turning 28 this year. Okay, I've successfully glued 3 things. And now it's my time to leave because we have to go get dinner. No, I gotta go right now. Yeah, we're gonna chill out. Maybe I'll be on League again. Kind of have the itch to play Grave Support. My birthday's in June. 2-hour stream, glued 3 things. I glued the head on the pilot, and I glued the wings on the side of the gyro. Nice. If you believe in God, then you gotta know that life is just a short test. Religion is so weird. Religion is so, I feel like if I was a religious person, life would be, it would feel like it would have more of a purpose, because you have that to kind of like look towards, you know, if you're Christian or whatever, and, you know, at the end of the road, it's like, oh, up to heaven I go. If you do believe in that, I mean, that's something to look forward to, I suppose, but if you don't, I guess you just got to figure out something. Jesus loves you too. I'm just saying, man. You know, my mom is, I asked my mom, I'm like, what do you think happens when you die? She's like, you go to heaven. I'm like, what if there is no heaven? Where do the animals go when they die? She's like, heaven. I'm like, but what if there is no heaven? No one knows. You hear stories of, like, people who pass on, and then they come back to life, and they're like, oh my God, I saw the angels and the demons, and I saw hell, and that I was lifted up by angels and thrown into heaven. I saw the gates. It's like, what can you believe in? It is faith. It is. I mean, everyone believes in something. You have to. Whether it's a being or a place, or like life is life, and when you're done, you're done. It is. Well, the thing, I don't know, I'm more open to the idea of like, what if there is something after death? What if you die and there is God? What if you die and there is the pearly gates? What if you die and there's nothing? What if you die and there's like dwarves? Like, nobody knows. Yeah, you hope to see loved ones. I mean, I had a dream recently where like I had passed on or something, and I went and I saw my grandmother and my fucking uncle and all this stuff. I don't know. You don't know. Or it's like some party and they're like, "Oh my God, you're finally here, you idiot. It took you 30 years." Something. Who knows, bro? But there's no point. What is reincarnation unless you know who you were in your past life? Because if you're reincarnated as an animal, but you don't know anything past the point of being an animal, you're not even alive. Your previous self is dead. What's the point of reincarnation? You know what I mean? It's like you would... how would you even know you're alive? Who knows? Anyway, these are like weird questions. I'm out of here. I gotta go get food. I will be on maybe the main channel or maybe back here tonight. I'm not sure. I gotta go though. Peace, peace, everyone. Take care of yourselves. Be well. And here's some existential dread. I'm gonna go eat. I mean, it's just like, I don't know. It's just talking about random shit. I'm out of here, folks. Be well. Stay safe. I'll catch you later. And